welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Gary and today we're looking at Stop Me If You Think You've Heard This One Before by the Smiths. This song has been requested by a few of the subscribers to the channel. Seems to be a pretty popular Smiths song at the moment. I don't know, maybe with sort of younger generation of Smiths fans, and I know Johnny Marr, I think he plays it when he's out gigging these days. And there's not that much out there when you're looking into this song on the web to reference material. So I've had a good look at it. I think I've come up with a pretty good version of it. Of course, there are always compromises because in the studio then there's some overlays and overdubs in some parts, but I think this is pretty close and I think it'll certainly work for you. As always, please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's free to do so, it's just a click. It means that you'll see new content as I put it out, and give me a like and let me know what you think of the content, or if you've got material you'd like me to look at. It's not Smiths only. I love the Smiths, but you know, we'll look at all sorts on here, and acoustic material as well. So as always, let's get up close, we'll look at this one, break it down and have some fun with it. Okay, so we're up close now. This one's in standard tuning. I've got a capo at the 3rd fret, and we've got tone wise, as often for my Smiths songs, I have a little tiny bit of gain, a little bit of crunch just through the amp, no distortion unit or pedals or anything like that. I've got some tremolo. I use a Hampstead tremolo. I find it really good, it's very ampy, and a little bit of chorus and a little bit of delay just for when we do some of these sort of individual notes. I find that they ring out and they sound a lot better, a lot more Smithsy in my opinion. So we're going to start with the introduction. It's an A sus2 chord, it's just like an A chord, but I've got my 3rd finger off, and we strum backwards up from an up strum like that. And then I'm going to take my 2nd finger off as well, so I'm just holding down the D string at the 2nd fret from the capo. And then with my 3rd finger or my pinky, I'm just going to, again on the D string there, you just play that 4th fret from the capo, and then take it back off and go down to an E minor chord. So I'll just play that through slowly, I'll show you what I mean. It's like that, so. Down to E minor there, and then we go to a C. Now what you can do is put your pinky on the 1st string at the 3rd fret from the capo. Just adds a bit of top end to it. You don't have to do that. And just slide that whole thing up and let the slide ring out, so we get this all together. Slide up, and then we go to this, it's just bar chord there. Down to an E shape. And that's the introduction. You play through that twice. And then we're into the strumming part for the kind of chorus verse, Stop Me If You Think You've Heard This One Before. For this part we're starting with an A chord, so I'm just holding down the 3 notes there at the 2nd fret on the B, G and D string, and we're going to go to an A sus4, which is holding my pinky down on the B string at the 3rd fret from the capo. So it starts like this. But then you keep your pinky on that B string while you move down to an E minor. So it's like this, played slowly. And then we're going to a C. I'm not holding my pinky down on the first string this time. Then just take your first finger off the B string there at the first fret, turns it into C major 7. And then a D chord. So that part all together. And that goes round, I think it's 4 times. Please listen to the track for reference, because I'm not as familiar with this track as some of the older Smiths material. I'm quite old school. I suppose it's all old school really, isn't it? But that goes around 4 times. And then we get a sort of instrumental part after that. So here's where there's more than one guitar on the recording, but I've come up with something. I think it sounds pretty good. So all I'm doing there, it's a bit like an F shape. I'm holding down the D and the A string there at the 3rd fret from the capo, and I'm lifting my first finger on and off the B string and just playing it in a kind of, just picking out the individual note. It's harder to describe it than it is to do it. But starting with the A and the D string, up to the G and back, then the B string, and then pull off, and then come back down playing the B, G and the D string. Now I'm going to just lift off my finger off that D string so that rings out open. Still playing the A string there at the 3rd fret, and now I'm free to just play the lowest note. It's kind of an F note really in relation to the capo with my first finger. And then we go to a kind of A minor 7 shape. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's probably a bit too detailed to go into every single note striking, especially as it's overdubbed here. But the way I listen to it is I don't hold my first finger down at first. I'll just go from the open A string. So I'm holding down the D at the 2nd fret, open G string, back to the D string, open B string that time, and then just put my finger down on the B string 1st fret. Ad-lib with that. I don't think it's really going to matter in the overall scheme of things. So you play that through, I think it's twice, and then we get this. It's a nice little part, so I'm just holding down B string at B1 and G2 from the capo, playing them simultaneously, quite percussively, and trying to mute out the other strings, just kind of keep it clean. Just slide the shape up and down. playing the B and the G string at the, what's that, 5th fret from the capo, just barring across them with my finger. And then we're into another round. I'll just play that whole section through slowly from the strumming part in the verse chorus bit, not the whole thing, but maybe the last couple of those A chords. So here we have. Okay, so towards the end there's a bit of a solo break, and it just plays over those chords that I've just showed you. So that's going on in the background. I'm getting something like this, just using the B string. So it's hard with the capo on to work out what frets they are from the capo, but hopefully you can see there, that's the 8th fret of the guitar on the B string, up to the 11th on the B, and then on the E string, I'm just going from the C note to the D note there, that's 8 to 10. Just a little bit of vibrato. I think he slides down as well at some point. So just listen to the record for when that comes in. I think it does overlap as well with the chords, so you'll know what I mean when you listen to the track, but I think he plays, before it comes in, about 8 counts on that, but you're not going to have time to do it if you're playing with one guitar and you come straight in for the solo, so you'll just have to come in. So just play along to the track and you'll see what I mean with that part. So that's it, that's what I've come up with for Stop Me If You Think You've Heard This One Before. I hope I've done it justice. You know, thanks for the contributions and the comments I've had from you. It's made me look at a song I hadn't looked at before myself actually, and I've enjoyed doing it. So it's great. In the meantime, have fun with that one, enjoy your guitar playing, and I'll see you soon.